What's up, my wyverns? It's Hickory here. I am doing this video extremely last second, so I may rush it at some points, but I promise I'm gonna try and get this through to be a good, decent video. This is pretty much gonna be a video about my opinions and my thoughts and some concerns when it comes to the BreyerFest event models, consisting of the celebration model, the single day stablemates, the special runs, and the store specials for this BreyerFest, which is themed Against All Odds. Now, I'm gonna be honest, before we even get into this, I thought this Against All Odds theme was gonna be completely different, as well as I'm pretty sure a lot of people did. I thought it was gonna be centered around like second chances on horses and stuff, and while they did focus on some of those, consisting such as the celebration model, some store specials, they kind of went towards girl power more so. And while that's great, and I just kind of wish they would have stuck with the original. So first up, we have the celebration horse, which is Athenian Lady. I honestly love this horse. I love the model in general. It looks like it has beautiful shading, especially right here on the shoulder, the hind end, the legs, just, it looks beautiful. I do think that the nose marking is a little, it kind of looks a little weird from some angles, but just because, I think it's just because it's like white and it cuts off to like a very dark shaded kind of like bottom bezel. But again, that is kind of pretty much how the horse is in real life, so I do like that little cute unique mark that they made sure to get on this horse. I think I'm gonna love it. I think I'm getting 2 of these when I go to BreyerFest. I'm gonna try and get one signed and stay in box, and then I'm gonna try and keep one to do photography and such with, as usual. I'm very excited to get this horse. I love the attention to detail on it, and hopefully it turns out that way, because we all know Breyer can do us high expectations, and then when we see it in person, the bar has dropped very low. Overall, I gave it like 10 out of 10 for consistency on the theme title, and also just being honestly pretty good celebration model. I do think this is kind of an upgrade from last year's celebration model, which, if I remember correctly, there was some content creators using that model as like a bouncing ball, and that was entertaining to watch. Next is the Steel Bejeweled Event Stablemate models. Now, I'm very disappointed with these. Last year's event single day stablemates, I really liked, I think 1 or 2 of them. I want to say Teamster was one that I kind of liked. I thought he was kind of cool. But I'm not big on stablemates. I've said that a million times, and yet, like in the past, and yet I have a lot of them. But I'm extremely not big on decos. I like realistic horses. I enjoy being able to do realistic type of photography, and I like the realistic look when you're trying to film something. I do get 2 of these with 2 of my tickets, so I'm going to end up with 2 of them. And if possible, I'm going to try and get blue jeans, white shirt, and waiting for the green light. Only because those are 2 colors that I actually kind of like. I feel like I'm going to jinx it though. Watch me not be able to get either of them. Again, I just don't like this decorator pattern, because Breyer, I feel like, has overused it way too much at this point. It's a good pattern, but you can only do, like, use it so many times before it gets really old. And honestly, for single day stablemates, I feel like you could have done a little bit something more with them, but okay. The packaging is cool on them. I do like the diamond shape. They're not something I'm needing, so I'm going to pass on them. I'm going to end up with 1 or 2. That's fine. It could be like a little memento or something, but who knows. The first special run model is Can't Hold Us Down. I am a big Indian pony fan, and I really like this model. I don't know why. I don't know why. I thought the brindle pattern was kind of interesting. I see what they were trying to go for. I don't know if they did a very good job on it, but it is Breyer, and that's just how their brindle markings are for their models, so I do think it's unique. when it comes to Breyer and choosing to have a brindle model for a special run. So with it being a mold that I just think is adorable, because the Indian pony is so cute. It's like a little old granny horse. I think it's the face. I think it is. I don't know. Or the mane. I don't know. I love them. But the pattern's interesting. For my 2 all access, I do know that she was the first option on my special run preference list, and I did end up getting her. So I am going to end up buying her when I go to BreyerFest. So once I do get her, I'm probably going to do like a little opening her up, seeing what she looks like. You guys will see that in the BreyerFest vlog and on Instagram ahead of time if you follow me on there. So be sure to follow me on Instagram because I'm going to be posting the entire weekend, as well as giving any sneak peeks to anything that's happening. I think Indian Pony kind of stands good for like second chances in a way. I don't know. I think it's the Mustang look on things. So yeah, kind of happy with her. I am. Next is Miss Independent. I did end up with this one out of my special run preferences too. Don't remember if she's my second or third on one of them, but I did end up with her. I kind of went with her because based off of the pictures that I saw people posting from, I believe it was, I don't want to say BreyerFest. It might have been Spooks and Spurs. I think that's what it was called. It was the Collector Club event for earlier this year. I saw some in-person pictures, and she didn't look too bad in there. So I figured she would be worth a chance on grabbing, and if I don't end up liking her, I'll sell her. But I think she's cute. I do. I like the coloring within her mane and tail, and I do like how she looks in the picture. She does genuinely look very nice. I'm just hoping she doesn't come out like pearly Palomino. I'm kind of hoping for like an actual bland Palomino, because I don't know why I feel like I would love that more than a pearly. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in my last video with the Heath model, is that I'm not big on pearly models. And I think that's just because of the whole realism outlook on things. So next up is Sorry Not Sorry. I hate it. I feel like that's harsh. Let me go into detail. This model, the mold, I have a love-hate relationship with. I don't own any on this mold, so I don't know why I have a love-hate relationship, because I ain't experienced having this model and all the problems it probably causes with the stand and falling over. And I've heard a lot of horror stories with this model's peg getting stuck in its foot and whatnot. But I don't know what the model's name is. There's a bait on this model that I wanted when I was younger, and that one's nice. This one, I see what they were trying to go for. I'm not all for it though. The main thing I would say, I do like the very tiny specks that you see on his coat color. I do enjoy that. I do. And on his nose, I see what they were going for the very light spots on the muzzle. I don't like how it looks near the eye. It looks like he has like pimples right next to his eye. I feel like that's a bad enough. That's how I see it. I feel like he has pimples near his eye. And the mane looks like it's part of the body. There's no different color to it. There's no line to kind of separate the body and the mane. It looks like they didn't bother painting the mane on this dude. Like, yeah, no. It's the exact same color as the coat. And I feel like that is not something that needs to be done. And if you're going to do that, at least add some shading to it to make it look like a mane. His tail's nice. I do like the tail. And the hooves. The hooves are nice. But I just feel like they could have done better. Like the little specks that I showed you in up close of, I like that. The mane, or the tail and the hooves. But everything else, they probably need to work on. This model is not worth $70. No, I'm not in my opinion. So the next horse is This Is My Fight Song. My mom likes this one a lot, and something that I have a good memory from 2018 was the surprise models, and how she and me both agreed that we really liked the black surprise model, and I ended up pulling that one. So when he came out, I was already like, I like this one. He's pretty. I like him. I like the mold he's on. Yeah, I can't really do much with the mold, but I do like having certain models that I can just admire for. And he is going to be one of them. And with my mom kind of saying she liked him too, I felt like this was going to be the model this year that me and her both agreed on and kind of wanted. So, this is my fight song. He is on my preference list that I ended up with. And I'm excited to get him. I'm hoping he looks very nice, like, I'm hoping for a dark version. Like a darker shaded, darker coloring version. If I end up with like a neutral one where it's kind of both, I'm okay with that too. I just don't want a bright one, if that makes sense. Like a very light colored one. Next up is Surprise! Girls Run the World. At this point when this was announced, everybody knew already that the theme was secretly Girls Run the World and not second chances type of thing. So this wasn't really a surprise when it came out, like was announced. But I am excited to see what mold it ends up on. We all know it's going to be a mirror because of how they've been doing things. A lot of people is speculating for the Oasis mold. That would be really great if we got that. I honestly would probably get like 2 or 3 of those if we ended up with that mold. But I'm going to try and not get my hopes up for that because Breyer does not seem to... They haven't made a mold, or model on that mold in a while. So it could be a good possibility, but I don't have a feeling it is for some reason. So I'm going to say a lot of people are also guessing I think it's an American Pharoah mold. I can see that one, especially with it being like a female kind of mold. I could see either. And I'm hoping for the Oasis. I could be wrong and it not happen. We'll see when the park opens up on Friday. Next up is the Edge of Glory. This model I really liked the paint work on for some reason. I do like how Breyer did their old but new dapple gray and put it into one model. I really like it. I like how it turned out because I like the pattern and the speckles all along its neck there, and with the simple dappling on this barrel, I think it just looks really nice. And if it was on a mold that I feel like I would easily enjoy having, I probably would have instantly got this horse if possible. But unfortunately, this Arabian mold, I don't own one of, and I feel like it's definitely going to be hard to do anything with. And I don't know, as much as I like it, I don't think this is one I would want to have on my shelf to just admire. I feel like this is definitely one of those where I would like to be able to do something with it, and it doesn't seem like I can. Now that I'm looking at the pictures, it does also seem to be a glossy. I don't do glossies, so I think that may be a good thing that I didn't go for it, because I'm not a glossy horse person unless it's, specific. And I don't know, I like it, but I don't think I am going to end up with it. So next up is Fighter and Survivor. This was on as number 1 on one of my preference lists. I didn't get them, which is kind of sad because I really liked the mare. I didn't really like her, but I did think she was pretty. I liked the basic look to the mare. The foal, he kind of creeps me out with those eyes, I'm not gonna lie. I saw some in-person pictures from, again, that event that happened earlier this year, and the blue eyes just caught me off guard for some reason. I don't know. I did have them on my list, though, as one of my first preferences, and I didn't get them. I do have a feeling they're in high demand, especially since they did just come out last year. So a lot of people are like, oh, I like this mold, I want to conga it, possibly. A lot of people probably really liked last year's Premier Club models with them too, and so they want to get this set as well to go with it. Honestly, that's not very far-fetched, so I could easily see that happening, and I understand why I didn't get picked for it, and that's okay. Because if it had to be one of them that I didn't get picked for, I feel like this one would have been okay. That or Miss Independent, just because, you know, I was still unsure about them. I do really like I said, the mare. She has what seems like very nice dark shading. And her eyes are very nice. The foal, again, let me just like... Look at the eyes! This looks like he's seen something, man. He just got back from war. However, he does have tricolored eyes, so it's just the one eye. Just ignore the ignore the near side. Look at the off side. He'll be fine. He'll look normal. They are cute. If I see them in person and I really like them, I'll probably end up trying to buy them secondhand. We'll just have to see. Next is I Will Survive. I really like this guy. He's cute. What is it, a quagga? He's a quagga? I think he's very cute. There was a special run, I don't remember from what year, but it was the Caves of Cassignix? I don't know how to pronounce that last word. There's a picture of him on screen. But I really want that horse. I always wanted that horse because I always love like cave drawings for some reason. I find them so interesting and very like beautiful in their own way. This, I don't know, it's something about this mold and how they use it when it came to the Caves of something horse and now the quagga. I just really love the exotic and kind of like historic look to the mold and what they paint on it. I might come home with him. If I see him in person and he's a good price, I might be like, okay, you kinda cute. You can come home with me. Next up is Better Than Revenge. No, absolutely not. I'm not a decorator, and I'm not a colorful person. I'm not a pastel color fan, and if I am, it has to be very specifically used. This model is not it for me. I do like the zebra mold. It's a cute mold, but I don't like the horse, and I don't want the horse. So I did not put Better Than Revenge on my list at all. I did not want him. That is all the special runs at this moment. We're going to move on to the store specials. So the first store special is Always Chipper. I love the little story behind this pony. I do like the model, but he is also probably not going to come home with me. Just for the simple fact that with him being $70, I'm trying not to spend all my money in the horse park towards the BreyerFest specific models. That's just because I've told myself that I'm not trying to buy a lot when I go, and if I do buy a lot, it's going to mostly be from the Clarion, and it's going to be good deals. I'm not trying to overload because I have nowhere to put horses still. I am trying to work out maybe putting 1 or 2 wall shelves up, but even then that is not going to hold my entire collection, and if I buy something, I'm going to try and want to display it over my actual collection, so I'm not trying to buy too much. Always Chipper, he is very cute. I do like him, but he's probably not coming home with me. I am excited to meet the horse though. He's going to be so cute. Next up is All in a Day's Work, or Alan a Day's Work. I don't know how it's pronounced. I'll figure that out in person when I meet the owner. I really like the pattern. It kind of reminds me of DZ Weedo, and I am obsessed with that horse. That horse was my main model in my collection for a good bit. And this horse kind of reminds me of it with all the specs and everything. So I really like this horse. I'm probably going to come home with him if I can get a good shaded, like if I can pick out a hand-picked one that I really like. Next up is Gascon the Great. I like him. I like him a lot. I did also say he's probably not one that's going to come home with me, as I'm not trying to buy too many, but if I do find a very nice, like, shaded, very nice looking one, I'm probably gonna buy it just to have one, because he's a basic, like, what is he, I'm not good with breeds. I'm not gonna call myself out on that. He's a pretty horse, whatever breed it is. But I like him. He's got such a cute face. Alright, moving on is Blue Zeus. I'm getting this horse. I will find a way to get him. I need this horse. Everyone knows I love Blue Roans, and if you don't, now you do. And I love him. He's just very nicely done. He reminds me of Nakota. I think that's the one. He reminds me of this model. That one. It's on screen. Next up is Just Like Fire, and I think this horse should see some fire. I'm not a fan at all. I don't even know what Breyer was. No! What was Breyer thinking? Like, that song is a good song, but that. No! Not for a horse. I hate it. I have nothing good to say, so I'm not gonna say a whole lot. I hate it. I'm moving on. It's not even worth my time. Fortitude, I don't do the crystals, but I do think he's a cute little crystal horse for those who do collect him. Next up is the Best of BreyerFest series, the little stablemate ones, and there's 3 of them from this group of 5 that I would probably want to buy. First one for sure being this top left corner horse. I really love his coat pattern, the little specks on his sides. He's so cute. I love him. He's got like a base face. Whatever that means. The next one would be the rearing stallion. I like Grula patterns, and I think it looks really cute on this little horse. I would probably buy it. The third one being, I think this horse's name, like the horse it's based after, is Woodford. I may be wrong. God, I'm probably wrong on that. But he's cute. I really like the dappling on him. And he's like a little chunky boy. I like him. He's very cute. I probably would buy him easily too. The other 2 aren't bad looking. They're just simple in my opinion. And they're not really speaking to me. So I'm definitely probably not going to buy the whole set unless I just decide to and can sell the 2 I don't like. Next up is Wild Things. Now, if I'm correct, this is the online stablemate event model. He not for me, and I didn't get an online ticket, so I ain't getting him. But like I said, he is cute. He's got like a little Palomino Pearly look to him. Next up is Percy the Przewalski. I'm definitely saying that wrong. He is cute. I like him. I'm not getting him. Przewalski. Wowski. Oh my god. If anyone gets this horse, name him Mike Wazowski. That would be so cute. Percy the Przewalski. So, I am going to go ahead and give my opinion on the raffle models because I feel like ever since the app has come out, it's just a good opportunity to be able to do so. There is the Saturday raffle model. His name is You Oughta Know. I really like him. He's a chunky boy with a very nice pattern. I'm not very big on him, so no worry there. I do think people are definitely going to want to get him though, so I'm interested to see just how many people will buy raffle tickets to him. The next one, which I feel like I'm going to have to fight my way to try and get one of these horses. I'm not going to even admit to how many tickets I buy to try and get this horse. But I'm going to try to get this horse. It's the Sunday raffle model, You're So Vain. I'm in love with him. I am. I don't know why. He's so pretty. I gotta get him. But how far am I willing to go to get this horse? How much of my hard-earned money am I willing to spend to get this horse? I'm coming home broke, whether I like it or not. I don't want to. I'm trying to buy a car, but I'm coming home broke. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and call this video to an end. I do think I'm going to like the models that I end up getting. I'm excited to see the special runs that I got picked for. I am crossing my fingers that the surprise model is Oasis. But let's be honest. Like I said, Breyer, I feel like, has something against that mold and is not going to use it. So I'm not going to put my hopes up high, but we'll see. I am going to be posting like crazy as soon as I leave, and I'm leaving in 3 days. At 6 a.m. I have a 14-hour drive with like 5 dogs and 4 people ahead of me. So, wish me luck. I'm going to be driving that entire first half probably. I'm very excited to get to meet everyone and to be able to meet some of my favorite content creators. I am so excited to be able to just enjoy BreyerFest again since my last time. And first time was also at BreyerFest 2018. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get to meet any of you who would like to meet. And I cannot wait to be back there in Kentucky. Without further ado, I hope you all have a lovely any point of day that you're having. That was horrible. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below. Let me know your opinions about the special run models and store specials down below in the comments. If you are driving to Kentucky, please stay safe. I wish you the best. I'll see y'all soon.